How could you vote for APNU when Felix has joined the APNU? And Felix himself said in a taped conversation with Basil Williams that he diverted attention from the true killers of the people who were massacred in Agricola. Now, these were ordinary people. Over 20 policemen were shot and killed on the streets, and Felix was diverting attention from their killers. Many times as president, the mothers, the sisters, the daughters of these policemen who were killed had to come to me, and we had to do something to help them. In their memories, the policemen themselves must remember, how could you think of Felix as someone who deserves any respect? In fact, he allowed the criminals to run havoc in the country, largely because of his political affiliation. And I say to the policemen, your brothers and sisters were killed on the street while Felix was playing politics. This is what we have to point out. The opposition wages a war of lies. Look at our approach to the discipline services. We have never asked them to pledge loyalty to the party, but to the Constitution and the government of the day. Granger at the University of Guyana a couple days ago, he and his thugs who were there, he defended the paramountcy of the party. He defended the period when the army had to pledge loyalty to the party, the period when the PNC flag flew over the High Court above our national flag. How could you support a man? I'm asking the soldiers and the policemen and the other members of disciplined forces who don't believe in the Constitution of Guyana, who doesn't believe in the Defense Act, who does not believe that this state of Guyana, that Guyana itself is above every party. You can't support him. And I ask you as a Guyanese man not to support them when you vote on Monday next. Now, that is for the soldiers. Now, you're not voting Monday next. You're voting the other Monday. So, that was just for the security forces. Comrades, we have a conspiracy that is being hatched. You heard of it. It happened in 1964, and it's playing itself out again. APNU knows that it can't come to our support base. It can't come because no matter they change their faces, they change their name, our people remember their records. So the deal is that they'll get Ramjatan and Nagamotu and a couple others to campaign only in PPP areas. You don't see Ramjatan them campaigning in traditional PNC support areas because they want to bring us below 50%. And if we get below 50%, can't eat the dinner of all of us here because Donald Ramatar will not be able to manage the country and take us forward the way he should and the way I know he would. So comrades, make sure that we don't give them a single vote, not a single vote, because if we do, we'll be playing into the hands of this conspiracy. The last one caused us political power for 30 years, caused this country freedom, the loss of freedom for 30 years. Never, ever allow that to succeed. Comrades, we're not done winning yet, but we're close to winning. Now, comrades, let me tell you something. We're not just fighting APNU. We're not just fighting AFC because they're extremely weak. Last night, I spoke at the Edward Village. We had a village meeting, and we had 3,000 people. And then I'm driving back, and they had a rally. AFC had a rally. And I didn't even know when I passed their rally. And I could hear Nagamotu wailing in the dark to a few people line up by the roadside. And to my surprise today, the Starbuck News has the front page. They took 5 of them together and said a section of the crowd at the AFC rally and they put it in yellow, the AFC color. Check the Starbucks News today. Well, let me tell you, that wasn't the section. That was the whole rally that they had there last night. But this is what you have to watch out for. If you're not thinking, if you don't know what you would think, boy, these people have a lot of support. I might as well give them a chance. They don't have any support because people in Berbice, where Ramjatan is from, and where Nagamoto is from, the people have rejected them. We went to WIM, and the people said, no place in Naga. That's what they were chanting. He walked around the village. He was ashamed. For a couple days, he went into mourning and hiding. They're getting so desperate now. They know that they're going to lose. Imagine Ramjatan in Kaishore News today said, he won't beat me up. He gets so desperate. He getting bitter. You know, when he speaks, he gets very bitter. He won't beat me up. But let me tell you something. Before you have a fight with Ramjatan, he has to see me because he can't see straight. How we going to fight with me? And in any case, I could bust his ass too. He won't fight because he getting desperate. Nobody going to their meetings. And let me tell you, they're going to become more desperate on November 29th. You're going to go back to the Chinese rum shop that he always drinking and get drunk and lie under the table and pee himself. That's what you're going to do. He and Nagamoto. That is what will happen to them. A lot of them will disappear. So comrades, this is a strong party. We don't have time to waste with these people. But let me tell you, watch out for the Kaishore News. Watch out for the Starbucks News. The Kaishore News hates us because he was identified as a backtracker. He's not very happy. And yesterday in Ajo Regina, I said he used to sell Salipenta in Wickenham. And he vexed with me, he writes something in the paper today. But it's true, comrades. He used to sell Salipenta, and it's under this PPP civic government that he got rich. He owns a whole heap of properties now. They're shameless. This is the government that he got rich under. But some of it was through illegal means. He's closed the American embassy that he takes news to on his friends. Sit with his friends and then go over there. They themselves said that he has his hands firmly on the pulse of the criminal underworld in Guyana. That is Grenlal. And if I tell you about him, I have a long sheet. But let me tell you, Kaishore News will constantly try to bring us down because of what we stand for. They support the others. Every day, it's some negative about the government. But I've asked them yesterday at Anna Regina, I asked them to investigate if they want to redeem themselves. Investigate the 5 duty-free concessions that Ramjatan sold. Investigate how many drug dealers used to go to his office, because Nagamoto, who was working in his office, once told me that he had to leave Ramjatan's office because all kinds of drug dealers every day go in there. Let Ramjatan, let them investigate Nigel Hughes. And Nigel Hughes has just mounted in the court. He said that Luncheon said there is no Afro-Guyanese qualified to hold a top position abroad. Lying on Luncheon.